Hi, I'm Mike Brampton.
And my name is Julian Hoad.
Welcome to Veterinary Ramblings.
Oh, you're going to a conference soon, aren't you?
I am going to a conference.
A trade show in London.
Indeed.
I won't say what trade show in London it is.
It's the London Vet Show, Julian.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
So you're going to that, and you're going to be on your stand.
I will be on my stand, J09, with some of my colleagues from a sister company, MAI. So we'll be on our MAI Thames Medical stand. I suppose I'll have to wear a suit, won't I?
No, wear a kilt like you did to BSAVA Congress 10 years back.
Did I wear a kilt at the BSAVA?
Yeah.
I know I wore one at ISFM, but I can't remember if I wore my kilt at the BSAVA.
Or was it just skirt? It might have just been a skirt.
Could have been.
Could have been a skirt. Yeah.
I've still got the kilt somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Have you?
Yeah.
Now we're on the subject of kilts.
Yeah.
How are you with bagpipes?
I haven't anaesthetised one.
You're not.
No.
You haven't piped gas into a gas pipe. Bagpipe. Okay.
They scare me because they've got such complicated airways.
Yeah, they got very, very complicated exhalation. So now Sylvia does not want me to learn the bagpipes. We've got this bit of an ongoing argument.
Right, yeah.
And she came up with the definition of a gentleman the other day.
Oh, right.
She told me in no uncertain terms that the definition of a gentleman is someone who knows how to play the bagpipes and doesn't.
I like her.
So I've now got to think, am I a gentleman or aren't I? Because I kind of think I'd like the sound of bagpipes waking everyone up at 7 in the morning on New Year's Day.
Have we done the trigger warning? Because my dad always told me that a gentleman was somebody who took his weight on his hand. Afterwards.
Yeah, okay, a little bit of Negroni came out through my nose when you said that. It's cleared the sinuses very, very well indeed.
Yes, but I think that's a good definition. A gentleman is somebody who knows how to play the bagpipes and doesn't. Yeah.
We apologise to anyone who likes playing bagpipes. I would like anyone who's listening to this, if they can teach the bagpipes, then my wife would love you not to teach me. So
Silent.
Please get in touch and we'll arrange that.
But you've been to those places, conferences, where you have silent discos and everybody it's just their own tune.
Silent bagpipes.
Yeah. Patent number 12.
I wonder how that would work. I love the idea.
That'd be quite cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, go on.
She'd probably fill the bagpipes with halothane.
Well, that wouldn't affect you, would it? Necessarily. It'd affect everybody else in the room, which would probably be a good thing.
But we're just inflating it. So it would not only put everyone to sleep, but it would cause minor chances of liver failure.
Yeah, because the only thing I know about bagpipes is that you blow down the one tube which fills the bag up, and then you control the pressure or the exhalation of the bag, which doesn't come back up the tube that you're blowing in. It goes out the other nozzles to make music.
Yes, like doing a sort of carefully controlled armpit fart, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit like Celia Imrie on Traitors, Celebrity Traitors. Which, for our American listeners, get into UK BBC Celebrity Traitors and follow some of the greats of British celebrity.
So, did Celia Imrie do an armpit fart?
No.
Okay, so not really like her then.
No, she did a real fart.
Oh, did she? Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it was something. It's quite a scary sort of setting, and everybody's around in a big circle, and something was announced, and everything was quiet, and then it went, and it picked up on everybody's microphone, and they all went, "Did you just fart?" She went, "Maybe." It's quite scary, isn't it?
Do you know? I don't care how old you are, how professional you are, what aspect of of cultural society you live in, a fart is always funny.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so if anybody's going to the London Vet Show, come and see me on stand J09 and I'll promise not to fart.
Absolutely. J09, I read it as jog.
Yeah. Jog on, mate.
Jog on.
Jog on,
J09.
mate. Nothing to see here. No, nothing to see here.
So I was going to say, why would people buy the Cat Plus Doppler and not any other form of blood pressure measuring device? But I don't want to ask that because it's been asked so often before, and the simple answer is it's better than all the others. So why even ask?
It still works.
Yeah. How long has it been going for?
30 years.
And a lot of the 30-year-old ones still work as well, don't they?
Well, I don't know about that. We actually fixed a 24-year-old one the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. Because the only change is that we are moving manufacturing from Wales to Wiltshire.
Oh, so still keeping with the W motif.
Yeah.
But taking it down from the mountains.
Well, it never was in the mountains. It was in a place called Port Skewett, which is very difficult for people to say if you're not Welsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's down on the coast near Chepstow.
Oh, okay.
But, so we're bringing it home to Wiltshire.
To Wiltshire.
Yes.
Wiltshire, there's is Wiltshire where the Long Mind is?
No, Longmin's in Shropshire.
Shropshire.
That's on the Welsh borders.
Welsh.
You're thinking of the White Horse, aren't you?
Oh, yes, that's right. And there's Frome. Is it Frome in Wiltshire?
Yeah.
It's
Near
not Frome.
Bath.
Bath.
No, Bath.
I like Bath. I went busking in Bath once.
Did you?
Years ago, yeah.
What did you do?
I played the guitar. Sang a couple of Bob Dylan and Donovan songs. A tramp gave me 5p, and I thought, this is probably about the time I need to retire from this farcical act. He said, practice, mate. You'll get good at it one day. Watch out. Handed me 5p proudly. I gave it back and said, no, I won't accept things. I'm bowing down. I'm leaving this and getting a proper job.
Yeah, I'll leave. You can have my blanket if you want. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, yeah, the cat Doppler's been around 30 years since I invented it.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff, the cat Doppler.
I like to think so. I think, obviously called it completely the wrong name. Why would I call it a cat Doppler?
So why did you call it the cat Doppler?
I thought it was being clever.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good marketing thing. I thought it was being clever because it was going to be mainly for hypertension in cats.
Right.
So I thought we'll call it the cat Doppler.
Did you ever envisage it would be pretty much the mainstay of veterinary anaesthesia?
No. And I think if I'd thought of that at the time, I'd have called it the Brampton Doppler.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Yeah. I called it the cat Doppler. And the commonest question I get asked is, will it work on dogs? There was a time we did actually make a dog Doppler as well.
Did it? The Dog Plus?
Yeah, the Dog Plus. Yeah, but the Cat Plus was in blue and the Dog Plus was in green. And we sold a couple of hundred of those.
Did you?
And there's still places that keep the cat Doppler for cats and the dog Doppler for everything else.
But presumably there's no difference other than the size of the cuffs.
There's no difference at all. Well, and the colour.
And the colour.
Yeah. But functionally, no, they're identical devices.
That's a great marketing point. Teeny tiny cuffs for the hamster Doppler.
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. No.
We're still not very good at anaesthetising small rodents, are we?
I think we're better at some species than others, shall we say?
Mm-hmm.
And rodents, probably not the best.
So is anything you can't intubate, you're pretty much stuffed anyway in terms of monitoring for inhaled and exhaled gases, because it's a guess.
Yeah. That's one of the other things is that we tend to use very in comparison to humans, we're still using very aggressive techniques, even though our patients are a tenth of the size of your average human. We tend to use aggressive gas flows. If we ventilate, we don't paralyze. Yeah. There's a lot of things that will change very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. And we spoke to Molly Varga, didn't we, about that?
Yeah.
Last year or the year before.
Yeah.
And you and I have spoken a few times about the inherited values we have for tidal volume in small animals.
Don't start me on that, Julian.
I don't need to. We've done it. We won't go on again.
Yeah.
But we need to rewrite those values. We need to actually remeasure them. But that won't come until we find small enough ET tubes for hamsters.
It's not just the hamsters. Let's break through on this one and turn away, all of you anaesthetists that are listening, because you will have read the textbook, and the textbook says one number, and it is completely the opposite of what all of the human anaesthetists are talking about. And human anaesthetists, whether dealing with a baby or a grossly obese rugby player, are looking at 6 to 7 mils per kilogram tidal volume. And why we're stuck on 10 to 15 mils per kilogram, I do not know. But then I'm not a real vet, am I, Julian?
You're not a real vet.
No. So
You're not even a pretend vet, though, are you? Have you ever pretended to be a vet? Don't think you have you? So
no, thanks.
You're better than vets.
No, I'm not.
Better.
No, not at all. Not at all. Completely the opposite. Just different.
We're all different, except me. I'm not different.
Aren't you?
No, I'm exactly the same.
I thought you were special.
There are some that may call me that, but not nicely.
Oh. You've never been the manager of Chelsea Football Club, then?
Go on, then. I'll take that. What's that?
Well, it was Jose Mourinho, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
He called himself the special one.
He did, yeah. You're right. Blue is the colour. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, you've got to be pretty special to call yourself the special one, haven't you?
You haven't you?
Yeah.
A very, very humble and self-deprecating man, I believe.
As I have heard, I wouldn't know. I've never met the gentleman. Now, he doesn't play bagpipes.
Well, no.
So presumably I can call him the gentleman.
He must be a gentleman, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's only half of the argument, though, isn't it?
Moving on.
Does he know how to? So tell us about cuffs and tell us about super cuffs.
Oh, I'll have the super cuffs there.
Yeah.
Specially designed just for cats. And they're complicatedly labelled leg cuff and tail cuff.
And so talk us through that.
Well, a number of people have been going on for a lot at various conferences talking about measuring the limb circumference of their patient. And totally agree with this. It's absolutely critical. This was originally discovered in 1896, that the cuff width to limb circumference is critical for accuracy on a blood pressure reading.
1896?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
A gentleman called Scipione Rivarocchi, and I apologise to any Italian speakers out there if I've pronounced his name wrong. But
I only know two other people with that name. There was Scipio Africanus, Julius Caesar's general, who was awarded Africa as part of his military endeavours.
Oh, right.
And Scipio the bush kangaroo, most commonly known as Skippy.
Right, I don't think Skippy's real name or full name was Scipione.
Right, okay.
I think it was just Skippy, mate.
Was it?
Well, not Skippy, mate. It was just Skippy. Yeah.
So super cuffs.
Oh, right. Okay, super cuffs. So I challenged a number of people to say, okay, so if this measurement of the limb is so critical, bearing in mind that all blood pressure cuffs come in a range, and they're all designed to get as close to 40% cuff width to limb circumference ratio as possible, and they're all marked to do this, why are you measuring? And they the answer was that they wanted to get as close to accurate as possible.
Mhm.
So I said, okay, fair enough. But I'm a fairly simple soul, Julian. You've known me long enough.
Well, I'm a simple soul. I don't make friends with complicated souls.
Why make 5 cuffs when you might be able to make 1
Occam's razor.
and still be accurate? So I asked a number of these very learned and erstwhile people who were measuring the limb circumferences of their cats to keep a note of all of the cats that they measured.
Mhm.
Then comes the genius bit. Not really. So I put all that data into a spreadsheet and found, surprisingly, that they all fitted within a normal distribution curve.
So the majority of them were one size.
The majority of them fitted very nicely, about 35 to 45%, right at the peak of the bell curve. And to make a cuff for them, it needed to be a certain width.
Mhm.
So, using new technology and super soft, they're not ridged, they're nice sort of latex backed with real Velcro, because not many people use real Velcro. So the cuffs die after 6 months. These don't, they've got real Velcro. There is a leg cuff, which matches about 90% of cats' legs. And spookily, these people were doing tail measurements at the same time. There's a tail cuff, which is slightly smaller. And here's the real cool thing, is if the leg cuff is too big for the leg, you can use the smaller tail cuff. And if your cat's tail is too big for the little tail cuff, you can use the cat leg cuff.
So all you need is 2 super cuffs.
2 super cuffs.
And you've got pretty much all cats.
Pretty much all cats. It's not genius, as I know. It's just simple.
Well, it kind of is, though, isn't it?
Is it?
I mean, yes, it's simple. The answer is simple, but the questioning, the fact that you did question, is certainly clever. I don't know, genius.
Well, what
cleverer than me.
What, trigger warning, pissed me off was that we're talking about treating our animals with respect and care, and the number of cats that will happily stroll out of their basket onto the table of veterinary surgery and let you start mucking about. You know this stuff better than I do. And then you're going to start measuring them and then putting a cuff on them and then sticking gel on their leg, then getting a device out that goes, well. That's stress.
And the cat's probably feeling stressed as well.
Well, absolutely. So again, trigger warning, sorry, audience, for all of that. But, why add in an extra thing, which is we've got to measure the leg of the cuff? You're just making your life more difficult and making the cat's lives more difficult. And surprisingly, you'll probably get lots of high blood pressure readings.
Yeah. Yeah, we do recognize white coat syndrome or green coat syndrome, whatever it is, in cats when you're doing blood pressure monitoring, which is why what do? We usually hospitalize them, don't they, for the day?
Yeah, hospitalize
thinking,
them.
well, we'll get a few over the course of the day because they'll calm down. What cat ever really calms down in a cage away from home without drugs?
Absolutely. I mean, there is an argument that buprenorphine doesn't affect readings massively, but will help calm the animal. But that's really you're working your way around here to the AutoCat.
Yeah,
because the AutoCat is new. One of the difficulties with automatic blood pressure readings, we're going to have this at London Vet Show. We'll have the AutoCat there, and we'll be able to demonstrate it to people that come and see it.
Or, as some may call it, the Auto Brampton.
No, because I figured I've cast that die now for 30 years. We've got to carry on with it.
Well, I'm going to call it the Auto Brampton.
Yeah, you can do that if you like. But the thing with automatic blood pressure machines, all oscillometric and automatic blood pressure machines, is they can't see the animal. And once you start increasing the pressure on a blood pressure cuff to take a reading, watch your cats really closely, and you'll see a lot of them will flick their tail, or they'll move, or they'll flinch. Now, the box of tricks, the electronic box of tricks, can't actually see what is triggering that pulse wave. And so until very recently, some algorithms would go, that's motion artifact, and disregard it correctly. Others would go, that's a pulse. Therefore, I'll start my calculations at this point, which is wrong. And that's why, up until very recently, you'll get one high reading, one low reading, one high reading, one low reading. And of course, you can average that. But do you really want to treat somebody on an average? I want to know finite numbers. I want to know exactly what's going on. And with the rise in that double-edged sword threat gift that is AI, we feel we've been able to nail that and eliminate that flick of the tail and work out whether that is motion artifact or a pulse, which means that the AutoCat is repeatable. It is almost as accurate as the cat Doppler, which is, of course, as you said earlier, is the gold standard for blood pressure. And there's a clinical paper coming out at the end of this year which shows that. It's only got 134 patients, I think, or something like that. So it's a very small number. Not.
Absolutely. I mean, you compare that to some of the human anesthesiology papers where they have thousands.
Yeah.
100, anything over 40 is huge for a veterinary one. Absolutely massive.
Well, I've seen papers with 6 patients.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They try and get meaningful averages out of that with a standard deviation, which is 4 times the result you got.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so the AutoCat's there, and simply put, it's got Bluetooth connection. So what you could do is you put your cat quietly in its basket in the room, put the AutoCat on, press the button, and off you go. Carry on with the rest of your day. Meanwhile, your phone or your tablet or your iPad or whatever it is you're using is storing all of the data from these readings being taken periodically on the AutoCat.
So could you even, for example, send the client home with it?
I see no reason why not to. And I know that there are a couple of practices, early adopters, who have bought more than one, and they use one in the clinic and the other one gets loaned out to clients. And we have sold a number directly to clients in cooperation with the vet practices to record calm, relaxed readings at home with the cat. Because all you do is you put the cuff on nice and firmly and push the button. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cuff on, push button.
Yeah.
Seems too easy.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Like driving a Tesla. Like driving a Tesla.
Well, driving Teslas isn't an easy thing.
You press go and it goes, isn't it?
Well, yes, but then you've got to calculate all sorts of things like vectors and angles of road and potholes and not driving it down the curb because it's so low to the ground, it'll bump.
So it's easier than driving a Tesla?
Probably.
I've had, in all seriousness, I've had quite a few cats over the years that...
I thought you were going to say you had quite a few Teslas.
Quite a few cats over the years that I have not been able to get a reliable blood pressure.
We've all had them.
And I've been convinced that they are hypertensive. You look in the retina, you can see tortuous blood vessels and even bleeds, but you cannot get a blood pressure. And this would be a real game changer for these cats, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And dogs.
And dogs.
Or is it just a cat Doppler?
No. You can use it on dogs too.
So you can use the Auto Brampton on dogs and cats?
Yeah. The only thing I'd say about dogs is stop taking readings off the forelimb.
Yeah. Now, why is that? Again, we've spoken about it before.
Yeah.
For the sake of the people listening to this who may not have heard us rambling on about it before.
The reason you don't take blood pressure off the forelimb of a dog is because they have much more rigid, solid bone structure. What's that got to do with compressing an artery?
What's that got to do with compressing an artery?
Well, the arteries tend to migrate between the two bones, just like they do on a human wrist. They go down between the radius and the ulna.
So you're saying you may not be compressing the vessels, you may just be pushing them into a bit of soft tissue.
Yeah. And by the time you've got the pressure up to enable yourself to compress the artery, you've added 30, 40, 50, 60 millimeters of mercury pressure. Not because of the device that you're doing, simply because of the anatomy and physiology of a dog.
Yeah, yeah.
It's as simple as that. So when you're taking measuring off dogs, blood pressure readings off dogs, please use the hind leg or the tail. And it doesn't matter whether you go above the hock or below the hock, but hind leg for dogs.
Otherwise, you will overestimate blood pressure.
Pretty much guaranteed. Pretty much guaranteed. But hey, what do I know?
Well, yeah, quite a lot.
Maybe.
I'd say.
Maybe. So there we go. Anyway, it's all going to be there at the London Vet Show.
So, are you expecting lots of people?
I'm hoping to see lots of people. I'm hoping to see lots of people not only on the Thames medical end of the stand, but also on the MAI side of the stand, because a couple of my good colleagues are coming over from the States, experts in their field, and they'll be talking about some of their dental products and a knife sharpening device or an instrument sharpening device, as well as some particularly nice video endoscopes.
Now, I'm going to really back a few seconds there, because as soon as you said knife sharpening, you got my interest.
Why?
Well, as you know, I have a small but collection of Japanese knives, and one of my hobbies is sharpening knives. Sounds like an odd hobby to have, but I do get quite a lot of pleasure out of renovating knives. And people bring me, neighbours and friends will bring me their knives that they've mistreated over the years, and let me blunt, too blunt to cut soft butter, and I will tend them lovingly over the course of a day and send them back with something that will give them a translucent slither of tomato.
You won't believe the memory you've just brought back to me.
Oh, yes. I'm a bit worried about that. I assure you, officer, the girl was dead before I left the room.
Yeah. No, there used to be a chap who would come round our town on a bicycle, and he would put the back wheel up onto a stand.
Oh, yes.
Click a lever, and the pedals would then drive a wheel.
A grinding wheel.
A grinding wheel in the back of this little truck. And he would sharpen your knives. And all the housewives, my mum, all our neighbours would go out with all their knives, and he'd sort of happily sharpen the knives on this bicycle contraption.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, that must be back in the 1980s, when I was a little lad in shorts.
There you
before
were.
the internet, so you can't prove it.
No. And see, grinding wheels.
Yeah.
Ow, I would say. You can't use a grinding wheel on a knife.
This chap did. And
and how long do those knives last? Not a lifetime, I guarantee.
Probably not. He did it on shears as well.
Yeah. I have used grinding wheels, and I've used quite coarse grit on knives that are old and really rusty and get a couple of thousandths of a mil shaved off. But when we talk about sharpening knives, for a poor quality knife, we're talking about doing just that, aren't we? We're talking about taking a layer of irregular steel off to create a honed edge.
Yeah.
For a good quality knife, what we're usually talking about is just stropping that knife. So we're using usually a steel or something like that to correct the mild irregular bending of the strong blade and make it straight, and it's sharp again. And that's why the rise in popularity of things like diamond sharpening implements,
right?
And they call them diamond steels. They're not steels. They're diamond grinding bars, and they will take a layer of metal off your knife. And that's fine. If you want an easy fix for a sharp knife, you do that. A couple of strops down with this diamond bar, and you'll get a nice sharp blade.
Right.
It'll never be sharper than about 1 in 1,000 grit. But if you really want to get a fine grinded ground blade,
Yeah.
then you're going down to about a 10,000 or 20,000, where the stone itself is so smooth, it feels like marble.
Right.
The smoother the grinding stone, the sharper the blade is going to be ultimately. And once you've got that, all you need to do to maintain it is use a couple of licks of a dry steel just to straighten those. I get quite passionate about this. Sorry,
You do, don't you?
But they tell us about this sharpening machine.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to say, if you want sharp instruments, come and see Jonathan on the MAI stand, J09 at the London Vet Show.
Excellent.
And he'll show you all about it.
I'm going to come and see him then.
He loves it. He gets as passionate as you do.
Yeah. But so knife sharpening. Oh, that's excuse my geekiness. That's one of my passions is getting nice sharp blades. And I always maintain that more damage can be done in the operating theatre and in the kitchen by using a blade that's become blunted.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question. I think we're gradually waking up to that now.
I think so.
That's it. So, are you going to this? Are you going to this conference?
I am. Yep. I'm going to be presenting the BSAVA clinical research abstracts on Friday,
right?
Which I'm very excited about. There's some amazing applicants this year, and some of the research that's done in second opinion, third opinion practices and in universities is absolutely incredible. And the posters that these students and researchers come up with are far in advance of the posters I used to come up with when I was a research assistant at the lab in London. We used to use Letraset.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Now, if
you used to stick your graph paper onto the I remember.
Yeah. So if anyone's listening to this nodding, then you're too old, like we are.
Yeah.
But for those who are thinking, what are they talking about? So these days, if you want to make a poster, you get, which program is it? There's some special program, isn't it, for posters? But it's more advanced than Pages and Word. It's
something like Canva or something?
Yes, that's it, Canva.
Yeah.
And you can make some wonderful posters. When we were young, if you make a poster, you got a sheet of A3 paper or A3 card.
Yeah.
You're feeling really flush.
Yeah.
You buy some micropoint pens, which are 0.1 millimeter ballpoint pens, and be very, very careful about drawing the lines if you're drawing a graph or whatever. And then, because this before printers even, certainly no printers would accept an A4 sheet of paper. Right. So you put transfers on, little Letraset transfer letters on.
Yeah.
And I once spent something like 24, 25 hours making a poster.
Jeez.
It was absolutely manic.
I don't know.
It looked nice.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it was very good.
It was in the 80s, and so we did have colour then, not a lot.
Well, it's still pre-internet, isn't it?
Pre-internet, so there wasn't much need for it. We did have a bit of colour.
Yeah,
only 32, I think. Which, oddly enough, is the same number of shades of grey we have now.
Is it really?
We had 32 colours back then. Yeah, black, white, and intermediate. And then
I hate to say this because I can't remember the colour that the guy that used to sharpen the knives wore. Maybe it was in the 80s.
Grey.
That's what it says in my head.
Yeah, grey or brown was probably around then, wasn't it?
I think so.
We could have
I think it must have been before the 80s then. In that case,
brown corduroy or something hard wearing like that.
Yeah, something like that, probably. Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool. Yeah.
And a flat cap, of course.
Don't remember him having that.
No?
No.
Very much like the one I got on now.
Yeah, don't wear that in Birmingham.
Peaky Blinders, mate.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to go talking like that because nobody will understand us. Although
No, it's fun.
you can get subtitles now, can't you?
I don't want to do
So
my
if you
first-
can't understand what we're saying, have a look at the subtitles. It'll take it all there.
With their AI subtitles, they won't actually work. They
Will
won't
they?
pick up on the regional accents. So I remember when I did my first degree, we had a little booklet of how to speak Northern. Actually, 'cause I did my first degree down in Plymouth. And so, yeah. These people who spoke like this, my lover, do you want a pasty?
Yeah.
Then had to deal with people from up north. And so we had a little booklet how to understand Northern. And I think my favourite phrase was tin tin tin.
Tin tin tin.
Yeah, and the translation was "It's not in the tin."
Tin tin tin.
Tin tin tin.
Tin tin. Greatly. Ah. So you couldn't come to the show then?
I'm going to come. Yeah,
You've been to a lot of shows in your time, haven't you?
I'm continuing to do a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. But you see, I come from the side where I have to set up the show.
Mm.
We have to build the stage. We have to put the lights up. We have to set the cameras. We have to set the stalls out to look as nice and as glittery and as colourful and as professional as we can. And we do that for you.
And we all appreciate it.
So what's it like walking in to one of those big exhibition halls for the first time? How do you survive it?
Oh, indeed. Do you know, I love conferences, and a trigger warning here. I'm going to upset quite a few people, I'm sure, because...
No, you're just going to upset me, aren't you? Because you're going to tell me that you've just come back from the WASAVA in Rio de Janeiro. I
have indeed, and that was...
Oh, sorry, I've just muted your microphone by accident. Go on, tell us about that.
So there are conferences and there are conferences, and part of the conference thing is where you go. And if you go to Rio, you're not going to have a bad conference. If you go to somewhere where you know a lot of the people there, you're not going to have a bad conference.
Yeah.
But there are conferences split into, I guess, two different things, or three if you're just going for the social part.
Yeah.
You go to a conference for the lectures, or you go to a conference for the exhibition. And there's no doubt that LVS, London Vet Show, is a trade show. It's absolutely suited for people who want to know more about technology, about the new offerings that are out there. I'm going to be a little bit up my own because I'm going to say, for a scholarly conference goer, it's not my preferred conference, because I go for lectures, and I must admit that I have other preferred conferences to go to for that. But if I want to know what new machinery is out there and to catch up with commercial exhibitors who I've known for 30 years, then LVS is the place to go. And so you go there. So first time you'd ever go there. Let's see, you walk through the door, you're surrounded by sound. And if you go there as someone of our age, your first thought is, I'm in a public swimming bath, and you're waiting to hear someone say, "Could swimmers wearing blue armbands please leave the pool?" Because it's that sort of echoey, high ceiling thing. For younger people who've only ever heard noise on the internet, they're thinking, are these people? What's going on? What is this strange noise? And then they'll look and see a million stands. And think, I'll never manage to see all of these in a day. And then they only see 4 because they meet up with friends and they didn't realise were there. But the 4 they see are really impactful. Being quite facetious. It's a different thing to a different person, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do I get out of conferences of any sort? I get a feeling of belonging.
Right.
I get a reminder that I'm in a profession that is full of people that, by and large, I like and get on with.
Mhm.
And those people may be in front of the stands, they may be behind the stands. But it's a safe space to have a chat about equipment, to admit, I don't know how to use it, how to get the best out of it, rather than the pissing up the wall contest trigger warning that we can have in everyday life, where we don't want to admit that we don't know how to gauge the cuff size. We don't know how to interpret capnography. We don't know how to choose the best Mayo Hagar needle holders. We can actually go along and talk to people and say, how do I get the best out of this bit of kit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you don't just go there for the free drinks then?
Well, obviously, that's got to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Be done. Yeah. Do they have a Guinness stand? BSAVA always used to. Just saying.
Anyway,
Anyway,
don't know. I don't think they do actually.
But I'm not. That's the problem. I'm not going for the free drinks this year.
Right. No,
in
well,
fact,
you're working, aren't you?
Well, I'm working, but also I've got to rush back at the end of the day because I'm in a play.
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh, my
it's really
word.
drive, get in the car, drive to the station, get to the station, train to London, tube to London Vet Show, wander around, say, oh, how lovely to everything, and then do all the reverse, and then get on the stage by 7 o'clock on the Friday night.
On the Friday night? Oh, my word. That's going to be a schedule and a half.
Certainly is.
What time are you going to leave? 3 o'clock? 4 o'clock?
Yeah, about 3:30.
Give yourself another half an hour, Julian.
So I've got to run.
Got
to run around there.
So you're not going to be wandering around the exhibition hall looking for freebies then?
I've done that.
Do people still do that?
I don't think they do. Actually, I was at WSAVA. Did we mention that?
WSAVA,
the World Small Animal Veterinary. Anyway,
where was it?
Anyway, well, that was in Rio de Janeiro.
Oh right, I think you might have mentioned it.
Did I?
I didn't clock in onto that.
I
missed that bit. Yeah.
Hardly any freebies, and actually, it was good to see. BVNA Congress this year again. Hardly any freebies, and it's really good because actually, what you do is you come home with a bag full of plastic stuff, and you may as well just shove it straight down a penguin's throat because that's where it's going to end up in the grand scheme of things. And these days, people think, no, actually, we want to be responsible. And the way to be responsible is not to give out fluffy toys that people dump on their desk and forget about. No, pens, okay, fine. We can always do with pens, and there can never, ever be enough pens in the world. But I'm glad to say people, by and large, have given up making stress balls and fridge magnets and things like that serve no purpose other than to destroy walruses.
Yeah, stress balls, they stress me out.
Yeah.
What's this big bucket of rubbish here? Yeah.
No, and you must have seen that in your Arctic expeditions. You must have seen plastic waste
all over the Arctic. All over the Arctic, you find it on beaches, you find it almost on the edge of the ice floes at times, and it's all sorts of stuff. I think probably the worst one that I've pulled into my Zodiac was a massive great boy, not because he was fat and ugly, and he wasn't a real boy, he was a shipping boy. But this shipping boy,
not the fat kid that ate all my rice in the buffet in Thailand.
No, great big yellow shipping boy, which must have been 1.5 meters round.
Really?
It was just washed up on the beach with a whole load of fishing gear. And a couple of us spent an hour or two getting all that loaded into a couple of Zodiacs, and we took it back to the mothership.
Yeah.
And the skipper said, "What are you going to do with that lot?" And we said, "You're going to take it back to the harbour, and we're going to dispose of it properly." But,
you spend a lot of time in Greece, like I do.
Yeah.
And it's lovely, and by and large, vast swaths of it are unspoiled. But we were in Greece a couple of years back.
Yep.
Greece, generally. We're on one of the islands. I won't say which island because I don't want people to get put off by it, because all of the Greek islands are beautiful and the whole of Greece is amazing.
And we wouldn't want your microphone to get muted again.
No, absolutely.
No. Bragging about.
But we
hired
a boat for a day.
Yeah.
And actually, by the end of the day, the boat was full of things that we found floating. Let me rephrase that. Plastic debris that we found floating in the sea that we just picked up and put on the boat to be disposed of. From half deflated lilos, a floating restaurant chair, a couple of boys, loads of empty pop bottles and things. And
why do we do it?
Why? It's awful, isn't it?
But you wouldn't throw all this stuff in your front garden or your back room, would you?
No.
Why do we just? We're out of our house. We just chuck it in the hedgerow. Why?
It's a CBA thing, isn't it?
Is it?
Can't be asked.
It's just so depressing. How depressing is that?
It's very depressing. But actually, no, it's not depressing because the tide is changing. And it started off with our discussion of how much freebie stuff like that. Well, I did get some freebie samples that were useful.
All right.
And that's fantastic. I did get some free information. And these days, more and more companies are using QR codes.
Yep.
You can download information immediately to your phone.
Yep.
Very, very few companies were handing out these big catalogs that they used to hand out.
I stopped doing catalogues. It must be 12, 15 years ago.
You were one of the first, I think, to do that. And I remember you saying it was at a BSAVA conference. I said, do you have a catalogue? He said, no, I don't do that anymore because people throw them away. We got a website.
Yeah.
Because we're in colour now.
Yeah, we're in colour. We had the internet.
I know. Internet.
Yeah, we had the internet. No, because it's so depressing. We use QR codes, and I've noticed that our Veterinary Ramblings business cards have now got a QR code on the back.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
all the information you need is on that.
Heaven knows where it takes you.
No, I don't. I've never used it.
I've never used it either. I'm not sure what these QR codes are. It's sort of like voodoo magic, and I don't really want to delve into the dark arts of the internet.
No.
Yeah, who knows where your QR code will take you?
Oh, yeah, dangerous places.
Yeah.
So how does the show feel to you? What do you get a buzz? I mean, you're exhausted from day one because it's taken you so long to set the stand up. But actually, every time I've seen you at any conference or show, you are buzzing from the start to the end. You're there, you answer questions, you're enthusiastic. How do you keep the energy up? And where do you get that energy from?
I have no idea. I have no idea, Julian, because the first day for us is setting up. So you're surrounded by the bigger companies with their contractors and drills and nailing and sawing wood as they build the facade of their exhibition stands, their marketplace for the 2 days.
Or expedition stands.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? But it's not on this occasion.
Yeah.
And so you could get quite intimidated by that as you're sort of wheeling all your stuff up from the cars to lay out your wares and get everything set. And that's quite hard work. And then you go in first thing in the morning, and it's normally earlier than you're comfortable with. To make sure that everything is clean, everything's set up, everything's working. And then the nerves just fade away as people come and say hello.
Because you don't get at all nervous about people. And so it's the getting ready.
It's the getting ready, I think. It's the getting ready. And the bit that I hate most is knockdown.
Yeah.
You've built your little house for 2, 3, 4, whatever, however long the show is. You've built your little house. It becomes your domain. You know where everything is on there. You know what you need. When you get asked that awkward question, you can go, hang on a second. I have just the answer here. Is it in this white box? Yeah, okay. Rummage underneath the stand and provide the answer. And if you can't, obviously, you can say, take the person's details and come back to them a couple of days' time. But it's the people that I get the energy from. And it's the It's the lively conversations, and it's trying to work out what the person in front of you is actually asking. Because a little bit like being in the clinic at the practice, you don't always get the straight question at the start of the conversation.
Yeah, they beat around the bush quite a bit.
They beat around the bush, and sometimes it's just as they're leaving, you get the well, you don't on the exhibition stand, you don't get the, oh, by the way, he's had diarrhea and vomiting for the last 4 days.
That can send the mess of can back if you could, please.
Yeah, you don't quite get that, but it's trying to work out that, and it's trying to provide that answer in as succinct a manner as you can without being rude.
Yeah,
because invariably, once somebody's engaged you in conversation, somebody else wants to talk to you as well.
Of course, because you're popular.
Well, I wouldn't know about that bit, but
well, no, I mean, but by definition, if someone is asking you a question, you must be someone worth asking a question to. So someone else is going to come along.
Yeah, but I was invented before the internet.
Yeah, well, you were.
Yeah.
Which is why you embrace colour so much now, because you were deprived of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And for listeners, what is it? It's a bright orange and brown shirt I'm wearing tonight. Yes.
I'm wearing a very mild sort of blue tartan.
Yeah, you're almost pre-internet days. In fact, if it wasn't for the flash of red behind your shoulder, I'd think you were possibly pre-internet.
So the flash of red is my Nepalese yak wool cardigan.
Yeah, which you still haven't washed.
You can't wash them.
No, I know.
They weigh 30 kilos anyway. If you wash them, they weigh 70 and they never dry.
Have you wondered why Sylvia locks you away in that room?
Yeah, it's been weeks now.
Yeah, strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a bad smell in there.
I think there is.
Yeah.
Can't place it.
Yeah, wet yak.
Yeah, it's almost that. I think. Yeah.
Did you ever work with yaks at the zoo?
Yes.
They're horrible, aren't they?
They are really unpleasant. I'm glad you said that. I'd love to be able to say, oh, they're gentle creatures. They are the most obstinate, unpleasant creatures.
Oh.
They're the basset hound of the bovine world, aren't they?
They're worse.
Not saying that basset hounds are unpleasant, but they're obstinate is what I meant to say. I mean, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they salivate a lot, and
they salivate and they turn around and they deliberately shit on you.
I was going to say they dribble from both ends all the time.
Yeah.
Horrible creatures.
Yeah, they're flatulent, crapulent animals.
Yes. Yes. But you've got one of their skins behind you, so
go on, visit. No, just the wool, not the.
Oh, okay. No, it's not a skinned yak.
It's not a skinned yak. No.
Oh, it's just the wool from a yak.
Have you ever had yak butter?
Not that I could lay claim to.
So yak butter in your tea is a thing in Nepal. And I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's just, we'll say, a thing.
Okay.
Imagine a cup of coffee and someone says, do you want sugar? No, thanks. Bit of lard in that. Oh, all right, but only if it's slightly rancid. I've got that. Yep, there we go. I've laid. There we go. That's kind of. Mind you, Mongolian vodka. On the other hand, I know we've gone from Nepalese to Mongolian, but the Mongolians.
Well, they're sort of next door to each other.
And they have yaks as well.
Yeah.
The vodka is quite nice.
Really?
I once was given a bottle of imperial grade Mongolian vodka, which was at the WSABA Congress last year in China. And that didn't last.
This is the button to mute you, isn't it?
No, that doesn't work.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I didn't drink the bottle of vodka on my own.
I'm not jealous.
And you won't be, because I drank the bottle of vodka with a friend of mine, another friend of mine, and a friend of yours as well, Alistair Hotston Moore. Very, very kindly shared that bottle of vodka with me.
What, Alistair shared some vodka with you?
Well, it was my bottle.
Oh, right. I was going to say.
Yeah, let's get things in context here. Don't want any disproportionality.
No, absolutely not. And, Alistair, I know, listens to the show and he follows us on LinkedIn and Instagram. So we'll have to be very careful with that because...
Absolutely. Yeah, we love Alistair. I wonder if he'll be at the vet show.
Who knows?
We might see him there.
Who knows?
So getting back to that, get back to the conversations you have. I mean, any question can come to you, can't it? Do you ever...
Yeah.
Do you get surprised at the questions? Do you ever say, what the are you asking? Or
all the time. All the time. It's difficult because there is some people... It's a daunting thing talking to the man on the exhibition stand because he's going to sell me something and I don't want to buy anything.
Yeah.
And so you've got... there is that resistance initially very often. And there are a lot of people who well, I know you'll find this hard to believe, Julian, but they don't know who I am.
No.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Cat. Sorry, Mr. Brampton.
Yeah, they exist. Yeah. Not everybody knows who I am.
Surely not.
So when you're there in your just plain salesman persona, it's quite interesting. And so you have to break down those barriers sometimes because people are resistant and don't necessarily want to ask that question. And so they've got this sort of protective mechanism, defense mechanism. Sometimes that comes across as, attack is the best form of defense. And I'm sure they don't mean to come across that way, but sometimes people do. And
so they'll put your product down, or
yeah, sometimes. I mean, that's happened. You can't be all things to all men, can you?
No, I guess not. And it is. I must admit, there have been times I've been walking around congresses that I thought I haven't got time to stop and chat to someone. I've got a meeting that I'm running late, and you don't want to catch someone's eye in case they say, come on, look at this orthopedic equipment. And you think, oh, there's a new plate. I want to see it. No, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's quite cool. And it's nice to sort of try and break that barrier down a little bit and get to the answer of the question that they sometimes won't ask.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even with some eminent vets, they just will not ask the question. And you can see that there's a question there in the background, but they just can't quite get round to asking that question, whether it's embarrassment or whether it's discomfort or nerves or whatever it is. They struggle to bring that question out.
What do you do in these situations? Do you have a vague inkling of what the question is, or
sometimes I know exactly what that question is going to be, and what the question should be. Sometimes I get an inkling as to what the answer actually is as well. And it's interesting to get that to and fro, and try and cut through and get the question asked. It's
interesting. It is. I mean, I've spent a few hours on stands over the years, but not the hundreds of hours that you spent, but a few. And I found these few hours to be incredibly tiring, fun, interesting, and you get to meet some amazing people.
Yeah,
but really knackering.
Yeah,
and you must be exhausted.
You are at the end of the day because you're on your feet all day, which is okay. Sometimes it's a lot of people are on their feet all day, but if you're not used to it, it gets very tiring that way, and the floors are hard. And as you pointed out, you have to have that upbeat sort of performance. And so there is that. But I think probably one of the things that I do find frustrating is when people won't ask that question.
Okay, and they won't. Do you think because they don't want to be judged, or because again, they're worried that if they ask the question, you're going to sell them something.
I have no idea.
Or get them to sign on the line.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it a thing amongst vets that sometimes there is a difficult question that can't be asked?
I've never come across it myself. No.
Right. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Or have I? It's kind of there. There is. It's just there's a question that I do find difficult. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, it's gone.
Oh well, never mind. Hey,
no.
We're there for another day.
Absolutely.
It's probably a very contextual question. I loved that answer we got the other day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That sent me into a whole period of reflection. And the answer was absolutely spot on.
It was, wasn't it? It was fantastic answer.
It is contextual.
Yep.
And I thought that as I was putting my herring slices on my rye bread.
Wait, well, I thought exactly the same thing when I had a bit of dressed crab on some plain brown bread.
Yep.
And I put it originally on some white bread and I thought it doesn't work.
Yep.
Work.
Yeah. And the toast, the hot buttered toast and brown sauce can only be on sourdough.
Absolutely. I tell you what really doesn't work.
What's that?
Marmalade on pumpernickel.
No.
It doesn't work.
No, I wouldn't even bother going there.
No.
Why did you do this?
I wanted to see if it worked. Homemade pumpernickel. Pumpernickel was great. Marmite on pumpernickel, no. Marmalade on pumpernickel, no.
Definitely not.
No, what does work on pumpernickel is just a little bit of butter, unsalted.
Yeah, and herring slices.
And herring slices, I imagine, yeah.
Weirdo. Do you want to do a 60-second CPD? Because I mean, it could be very, very, very. You could do one of those 1.60-second CPDs.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. So my 60-second CPD is going to be how to make the most out of a day at a conference.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
You're actually going to do a 60-second CPD?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Julian Hoad, president of the BSAVA, you're going to do 60 seconds on how to get the most out of a day at a conference. Starting now.
As it starts?
Now.
Okay. So how to make the most out of a day at a conference. And this really goes for any sort of CPD you're doing, because you've got to have a plan ahead. And the plan will be, what do I want to get out of this? Is it going to be information? Is it going to be networking? Is it going to be purely social and getting together with old friends? So have a look and see what's on offer. Look at the program. Look at the places you need to be, whether that's within the exhibition hall, whether that's within the conference rooms, and get a rough plan of the day. Beware, it's going to change, because you'll meet Fred that you haven't seen for 20 years, or Miriam that you saw last week and found a bit of a connection with and thought, yes, I think we can push some sort of work together on this. But basically, go along with an open mind, be willing to meet people, learn new things, and enjoy.
Whoa. Off the cuff.
Yay.
Anybody think you'd seen 60-second CPD before? It'd be great if I could shut this thing up.
Yeah, a lot of people say that to me.
What's that? It'd be great if I could shut this thing up. I think the easiest way to do that is to ask him what his favourite bread is.
Oh, wow.
That'll shut you up, won't it? Ask the next guest what their favourite bread is.
Yeah, I will do. Next guest. Absolutely. Like tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Do you know, my favourite bread...
I don't want to know what your favourite bread is.
It's a contextual thing. But it's...
Contextual bread. Yeah, I don't want to know.
But no, you must know, because actually...
No, I haven't asked you the question.
Okay, ask me the question.
No.
Go on.
No.
Oh.
I always ask the question.
You got the hump with me now. Okay. What's my favourite bread?
You can't ask yourself the question. You're supposed to ask somebody else.
Have I ever asked you, Mike?
I don't know. Probably in episode 24 or
I'm
something.
sure I have. I think you said sourdough.
Probably.
I'll ask you a slightly different question,
Go on then.
which is not what's your favourite bread, but what's the best bread you've ever had? Doesn't mean you're ever going to have that bread again as your favourite. Because as soon as I ask that, you're going to be thinking of different situations where you might have had bread. And it could be sitting on a beach in Greece with some tuna salata on it, or a bit of hummus, or just olive oil looking at the sea. Or it could be in the Arctic when you've come off the boat, you're knackered, you're frozen, and someone says, look, here's a bit of bread, I'll give you some tea or something in a minute. And you're thinking, oh, this is great. It's a when thing, isn't it?
It is a when thing, actually. And you've asked the question, am I allowed to answer it?
Yeah.
Okay. It would be in a place called near Buchs in Switzerland.
Mm.
It was on the steps of the town hall in Vaduz in Liechtenstein.
Mm.
And I was there with my dear and recently departed friend, Chris, traveling around Europe as fresh-faced teenagers with our cleanly printed Interrail tickets. And we hadn't realised that if we got into Liechtenstein, the next morning was Sunday. And in the days before the internet, nothing opened apart from bars at lunchtime on a Sunday. And we'd missed food the night before. And we hadn't got any food with us. And we were sitting on the steps, watching the world go by, realising that we couldn't actually get out of there for another 24 hours. What were we going to do? And a car pulled up, and a German couple got out and asked us if we spoke German. And we'd sort of seen this car driving around the square a few times. And they asked us, where we were from, what we were doing, and we told them. And they went back to the car, and they came out with this big shopping bag. And this was in the days before Schengen, when you used to have to go across multiple country borders just to travel 50 kilometers down the road for them to go Liechtenstein, Switzerland, Germany. So they'd got borders to cross. And as with today, you can't take perishable goods across international borders. And so we told them what they were doing, and they came back out with this shopping bag, and they went, "This is for you. Have a great trip. Bye-bye."
Fantastic.
So we dived into this shopping bag, and there was a loaf of bread, and there was about a kilo of cheese, there was a dirty great chunk of salami, and some butter. And so we broke out the penknives, and we had a veritable feast on the steps of the town hall in Vaduz. And I can't remember what the bread was, but the question isn't about bread.
Yeah.
That was the thing for me. So I'm going to turn it back on you then, Sunshine, because I get a lot of practice asking this question. Well, I'm not afraid to ask it.
Okay. So in 2011, my climbing buddy, Binky, and I climbed Mont Blanc.
Wow.
And we started off, rather embarrassing. I can't remember the name of the route we took, but it was the I think it's known generically as the ordinary route. You climb the tower. It's a mixed grade climbing, bit of rope climbing, bit of walking, bit of scrambling.
The ordinary route.
It's called the ordinary route.
Ordinary route up Mont Blanc.
Yeah. And we made it to the mountain hut by late afternoon, early evening. We weren't planning on staying at the hut. We hadn't booked. So we put our tent up on the slopes next to it. And next to this, actually on one side there was this group of mad Russians. And on the other side there was this pair of completely crazy Australians who decided to build a snow cave and joined us in our tent about midnight. One of them saying, "Oh, very cold. Our snow cave hasn't worked." And and it's collapsed and not on cold. So anyway, they joined us. But we were boiling up snow to make our dehydrated meals. And rightly or wrongly, we mixed the Hungarian goulash in with the strawberry cheesecake because it required less energy to do that. And it was awful. And we had enough calories, but just didn't feel fulfilled. And so I wandered down to the mountain hut and asked whether they had a little bit of bread and some cheese. And the guy there gave half a loaf of this pain de campagne and about half a kilo of tome de soie. And it was the best meal I've ever had. Not just the best bread or the best cheese. It was the best meal we ever had. And we just tucked into this thing and we melted the tom over the camping stove, made it soft, and had our own little fondue going. And it's just amazing. Really good.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Upcoming episodes of Veterinary Ramblings.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I used to do lambing for a lovely guy called Charles Ranshaw, sadly departed this earth now, who always maintained that his favourite meal ever was a Scotch egg he ate after he'd ploughed his own field with his own tractor for the very first time. And I agree, you can't beat something like that, can you?
No.
I'm lucky enough to be to a few Michelin star restaurants and to have cooked with a Michelin star chef.
Has he got a Michelin star now?
Yeah.
Has he?
He has indeed.
What? So he's gone on from winning MasterChef to gaining a Michelin star?
Apparently so. And
wow.
And they've been wonderful, fantastic meals. But nothing really beats
We'd better get him on.
pain de campagne and tome de soie. So long.
There we go.
And I think that's probably a good point to finish on, isn't it?
I think it probably is, because I'm sure you, like I, have got to get up early and get on with stuff tomorrow.
Very early.
So,
But learn my lines for the play.
learn your lines for your play.
So-
Good.
I think I have to say that is our London Vet Show special. From stand to show floor and back again. And a huge thanks, a really huge thanks to Thames Medical and MAI Animal Health for supporting the season.
Yeah.
And everyone gearing up for next week. We will see you there.
Look forward to seeing you. Come and say hi. As I say, I'm on stand J09, and I don't care if you don't want to talk about blood pressure or capnography. Just come and say hi. Tell us what you like about the show. That'd be nice. Come and
Great.
see us. On that note, may your dog go with you.
May your dog go with you.